Through. Look how warm it is in Birmingham and Jackson right now, but notice how cold it is in Little Rock and in Memphis. Temperatures in the 30s, so a solid 30-degree temperature drop on the back of this. Dallas right now at 34 degrees, and where we're in the 20s with the moisture, we've got some snow. I'm going to take you down and near the Dallas area because we have some storms there. I'm going to turn on the high-definition Doppler radar. Look at the storms that are firing up here east and north side of town. This is nuts here. 25,000-foot cloud tops here. We've got a lot of instability in the atmosphere because the cold front's so powerful. Cold air aloft causing the instability. And look at these thunderstorms, lightning embedded with these 25,000-foot thunderstorms. Sulphur Springs, get this, thunderstorms overhead, it's 37 degrees. That is crazy. So this will move out relatively quickly, all right? It'll be replaced by a brief period of some icing, and then we'll go over to snow. So Dallas, here's our forecast. Tail end of the evening rush, icy weather, temperature drops to 32 degrees, icing for several hours. So this evening, very difficult travels in and around Dallas-Fort Worth. And once you get on any areas that are outside of town where maybe we don't have the heat island impacts, it's going to get even colder and even icier. And then the snow begins around midnight and snows for a couple of hours, so it's insult to injury. Look at the area of icing forecast here. Extends from around Austin and Kerrville all the way up through the Tennessee River Valley. Nashville, here we go. It could be coming our way later on tonight. Memphis to Greenville to Pine Bluff. Right here in the Arkansas Delta, heavy ice accumulation anticipated this evening and through the overnight, maybe as much as 3/4 of an inch. Little Rock, we go from rain to sleet to snow quickly. We do the same at Paducah, Memphis, and Nashville. Little Rock, Memphis, and Nashville are all in that sleet around 10 o'clock this evening. Lexington, we're in the heavy snow, and we stay in it for hours. Forecast during the middle of the night is for snow in Lexington. Nashville, it's sleet to a brief period of snow, and then it's a forecast of sleet across the south from Huntsville to Chattanooga and down south into Jackson, Mississippi, then quickly rolling its way eastbound. A place like Birmingham, you may not be in bad shape. Same for you in Atlanta and Columbia, South Carolina. It'll likely be north of you. Little Rock, big issues for us beginning this evening around 10 o'clock. Look at the ice accumulation, about 3/10 of an inch, and then we double that through the overnight. Tomorrow morning's commute is a glaze on everything. Everything that's not treated is going to be icy, and maybe even stuff that is treated could potentially be icy as well. Notice Memphis, we've got about 7/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. Only takes about a half an inch of ice on high power tension lines to bring them down. So anticipating widespread power outages here in the Mid-South. For Nashville, we don't have as much ice in the forecast, but it doesn't take much to cause us issues. About 2/10 of an inch of accumulation is anticipated here, and then we get snow on top of that. So you'll have a glaze underneath the snow. So if you think you get traction on that little bit of snow that you get, you may not, because as your tire comes in contact with what's underneath it, meaning ice, you're going to be slipping and sliding all over the place. There's again a look at the forecast in depth. Shreveport, I think another city that's in real bad shape with sleet and freezing rain through the overnight. Tomorrow, though, by the afternoon, things improve for us sky-wise. In fact, I think blue skies come out tomorrow afternoon. The problem is it stays very, very cold, Vivian and Mark, and so the problems will last on the ground throughout the day tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely won't let the sunshine fool us. Thanks very much, Mike. Well, that means, of course, big changes in the weather department, all associated with Winter Storm Thor, and that includes the Lexington, Kentucky area.
And our own Maria LaRosa is there. And you know what? Covering storms like this in a cold rain is probably the worst type of precip to stand out there. And Maria taking one for the team today. Looking forward to the snow maybe, but with the wet roads behind you, Maria, this could mean ice taking over the city as those temperatures drop.
It is exactly how you described it. It is about as miserable as you can get. You can see the traffic. This is Broadway. We're in the heart of Lexington, right at Triangle Park, and you can see the wet roadways, the wet walkways, and the puddles. A lot of rain, more than 2 inches just today in Lexington. But this would be enough of a storm all on its own, but you have to factor in what's happened in this area over the last 2 and 3 weeks. We're talking about the big Octavia snow, for instance. In Lexington, more than 10 inches. You've had the snow melt, and it's resulting in big problems on the roadway, including flooding, along with those flood watches. Take a look at what it looks like in West Virginia. Same situation there. They have heavy rain in Brewston Mills, West Virginia. It's led to scenes like this. A lot of problems with the snow melt on top of that heavy rain. Now we have to fast forward here a few hours and talk about that next threat, that wintry threat. Look at the radar, and you've got snow off to the west. Louisville, you've got heavy sleet on the west side of town right now. So you're on the brink of that transition with Cincinnati and Evansville already transitioned to snow anywhere from 1 to 2 inches on the ground already. So let's look at Lexington hour by hour. Evening rush really picking up here. We think 6 or 7 o'clock, really starting to see those temperatures have an effect on the precipitation type, changing over to snow. And that snow is going to last through the night. But I want to draw your attention to the temperatures too. Huge temperature drop. We'll be in the teens by tomorrow morning, so count on the flash freezing along with that snowfall. And speaking of snowfall, let's talk totals. Anywhere from 7 to 9 inches in the immediate Lexington area. Again, put it in perspective, Octavia brought Lexington just over 10 inches of snow. That was enough to really create major travel problems in the city, not just for 1 or 2 days, but for a while. And it could be enough for it to crack the top 10 snowfall for March. So an incredible storm all on its own. But Vivian, when you pile it on top of everything that's happened here the last few weeks, it is going to be a tough go here in Lexington. Back to you.
Oh, yeah, tough go. Another critical 24 hours. And, of course, we will be here keeping you updated as the rain changes over to snow. Thanks very much, Maria. We know you're counting down the days to spring, right? But you have yet another Arctic blast that you have to deal with. You'll be shivering in your boots at least one more time, anywhere from Houston to New Orleans, even in the Atlanta area. So get ready to bring back out that heavy coat at least one more time. That is our weather headlines. Rain and thunder to record cold, possibly over parts of the South. Here is the setup. We do have the southerly winds right out ahead of the cold front. This cold front is all associated now with what we've named Winter Storm Thor. Here is the main area of low pressure, and again, it's the cold front, and it's all of the ingredients that come with this system that we're calling Winter Storm Thor. So ahead of the system, it is mild. Temperatures well into the 70s, even 80s down toward the Baton Rouge area, but that will come to a crashing halt as that cold air comes in. Now, as the cold air comes in and meets up with that moisture, that's when the bigger problems occur, because the rain will change over to sleet and freezing rain and even a bit of snow on the backside here. The snow is being indicated by the blue, the sleet and the ice that's being indicated by the pink and the purple. Of course, the green is indicating all rain, and we think it'll be an all rain event for you, Atlanta, as when the moisture comes in for you, the temperature will be above freezing. But once the moisture moves out, that's when that cold air is really going to come in. Again, Atlanta today in the 70s, but crashing down with that colder air. Tomorrow, barely getting out of the 40s and 50s, we're thinking. So big changes, and we'll keep you updated.
A winter storm warning is in effect for our area. Currently in our area, 48 degrees under cloudy skies. Our local Doppler radar. For tonight, periods of rain. Some sleet may mix in late. Low 35. Rainfall near a ½ inch. For Thursday, cloudy with snow. High 35. 5 to 8 inches of snow expected. The week ahead.
Welcome back. Big news from Beverly Hills. Celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Orden has discovered an anti-aging breakthrough called Fill and Freeze, and he's giving away 1 million bottles free.
I've spent nearly 30 years looking for an effective, instant breakthrough to reduce the appearance of wrinkles that can be applied topically instead of with surgery or invasive medical techniques. And I finally found it with Derm Exclusive's Fill and Freeze.
Wow, I'm young again. I don't feel like an old lady. The lines are gone.
Oh my God. Wow. I can't believe it. It looks really good. It gives you a whole new confidence.
It definitely took 10 years off. If I went to a dermatologist here in the city, I would pay $300-400 for this.
I know you're wondering what Derm Exclusive can do for you. Well, you don't have to wonder. You can order it right now and try it for yourself absolutely risk-free. And here's how.
Call now during this special direct-to-consumer offer and you won't pay $120. Today, you can get your own instant results with Fill and Freeze for only $59. But that's not all. Today, we're taking another $20 off, so now you can get this instant wrinkle-removing miracle for the low price of only $39.95. And as part of our 1 million bottle giveaway, Dr. Orden is including a second $60 bottle of Fill and Freeze free. That's nearly $120 of Fill and Freeze for only $39.95. Dr. Orden will even include his Micro-Pure resurfacing pads, intensive repair serum, and Collagen Lift moisturizer, a $200 value, free. Order now and we'll even upgrade your order to express delivery. That's a $15 value, free. Plus, you even get to try it risk-free for 30 days with our money-back guarantee, but you must call to order. Call 1-800-730-7432. That's 1-800-730-7432. Order now.
You only know in a fire to get out, to escape. And now, okay, you're outside and you're safe. What do you do now? And that's where the Red Cross came in. We ran out of the house just wearing our pajamas. At that point, just to even have a toothbrush that I could call my own was so important. You know, it just makes you feel like a person again.
Every 8 minutes, the American Red Cross responds to a home fire or other emergency. You can help. Please donate now.
From the very start, I wanted Fitcore to be different. If you come to me, it's because you want to do what I do, because I don't do what other people do. It's kind of like creating a brand for myself.
Your business is unique. Your marketing should be too. With Vistaprint, it will be. Put your personal touch on 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Just enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com.
Stay true to yourself. You can do this how you want to do it, and somebody else is going to think that's awesome and want to do it that way too.
Vistaprint.com.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
As the host of a popular home improvement show, I know a lot about finding a great contractor for home repairs and improvement projects. Now there's home